Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And welcome to Coffee and Convos with Carol. Yes, good morning. This is Monday morning. How is everyone? How is everyone? I hope everyone is doing good. I hope everyone is doing good. Waiting for people to come in, but I'm going to get started. You know, let me tell you something. I've been seeing a lot of posts, and they be like, life is life. And honey, life is life. And good morning, sister. Life is definitely lifing. But yesterday's affirmation for me was difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. And I have been talking to people all weekend because people go through stuff. And here's the thing, people give me a ring, a jing, I call it a jingle, and I am one who, I always say I'm a good listener, and I'm a good listener, and I try to offer solutions. I try to offer some type of help, in my opinion, and engaging with you in communication if you're going through something. My shirt today say this. Long story short, God saved my life. That's it. That's all. I think about where I could have been. I think about where I was, and I think about where I am. And so my shirt today say, hey, long story short, God saved my life. So you're going to have situations. You're going to have situations. I was dealing with someone this week who's dealing with regrets. They're dealing with regrets. Not only are they dealing with regrets, they're dealing with what if. What if I didn't do this? What if I did do that? The shouldas and the wouldas and the couldas. Here's the thing I'm going to share with you guys today on this beautiful Monday Mindset Monday, where we get our minds together. Okay. That's it. That's all. He saved me. Yes, sister. Yes, he did. I'm going to say this: regrets, your what ifs, not knowing how you got in the place that you got in. You know how you have things in your life that goes on and you go, well, because I went through this when I did this, I shouldn't end up here. Here's the thing. I got two things for you. One thing is this. I've heard people say this: the heart wants what the heart wants. And that's okay. That's okay that the heart wants what the heart wants. It's okay that the heart wants what the heart wants. But sometimes we can't think with the heart. We can't think with the heart because a lot of times emotions are tied up in that heart thing. And sometimes we have to not be tied up with that heart and think logically. Sometimes we have to think logically. The heart does want, don't get me wrong, what the heart wants. But sometimes we can't be answering to the heart. Okay. Sometimes we can't be answering to the heart because sometimes the heart want what the heart wants is not exactly what we need. It's not exactly what we need. And again, remember, we talked about if it is not serving us, if it is not serving us, or if it has served us only for that moment, we have to just let it serve what it's going to serve and let it go. Serve what it's going to serve and let it go. And that's where we get that in season and out of season quote from. Everything is some things are just for a season. And when that season is over, that moment is over. That time is over. We have to be accepting of what's directly in our face. Yes, we have to, sister. Sister Krishna says we have to be accepting of what's directly in our face. We have to. Good morning, Brother T. We have to accept what's directly in our faces. That is so true. But here's another thing we have to accept. We also have to accept what we did and what we didn't do. We have to accept that. You're going to always probably have some regrets about certain things in life. But guess what? If the time has come and the time has went, that's it. You might have some regrets about relationships. But guess what? What you do is you think about the regrets that you have now about whatever it might be, circumstance, relationships, situationships. We come up with some words. But Make the best of what you have now. You can't do anything about back there because that's why it's back there. You only can make what's right, right. And you only can make the time for what you can make the time for. That goes for people. If people if people are part of your life and they say, hey, you know what, we had some bad situations back, so I just don't want to ever deal with you again. You Here's the thing, you can try to talk to that person, you can try to do all that, but if that person ain't mess with you, that person ain't mess with you. Forgive yourself, forgive them, forgive whatever, and keep it pushing. You can't hold yourself to that. You can't say, what if I would have did this? I've been there, and this is how I can talk about it. I am one that's been there. I've been in several situations where I've always say, what should I have said? Should I have said something different? Should I have did something different? What was I supposed to do? It's like an accident. If you have a car accident, but it was your first car accident, you've never had an accident before, you don't know what to do. You don't know what those emotions are. You don't know how to feel. So when it comes to mistakes and regrets and situations and circumstances, if it's your first time being in them, you don't know how to react. You don't know what to do. But I can tell you this, because I have been in situations where I have had some regrets. I've been in situations where the heart wanted what the heart wanted, and I'm trying to fulfill it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Sometimes the results are not always what you think the results are going to be. Okay, especially when it comes to what the heart wants. Okay, you got fear of the unknown. You know what I'm saying? You got that going on. You see what I'm saying? So you have all of that going on. You have all of that going on. And because you have all of that going on, it kind of, it bothers you. It bothers you. But here's what I'm gonna say. Look at the people calling me for work. I'm supposed to work second shift. And I don't know if they calling me to cancel me or what they calling to ask me, because at this point it's 8:39. Let me know what they gonna do. But let me get back to you all and talking about these regrets and talking about these um regrets and these shoulda, woulda, couldas. The shoulda, woulda, couldas, and these regrets that you might have. The shoulda, woulda, couldas, and the regrets that you might have. Those things that you might have. You say to yourself, guess what? I might have these things, but I have to focus on the now. I have to focus on the now. Because what was back then, you cannot fix. If a person is gone, they ain't coming back. Okay? So you focus on now. And here's another thing you can do. If you already are in, let's just say, relationships or situations, you can make best of those. Everything is a lesson to be learned, something to learn. Remember, I always talk about, don't take no losses. To me, there's no such thing as a loss. We're not taking any L's here. No L's. No L's at all. We only learn or we win. We learn or we win, but we don't take no losses. So either there's a learning that's going to take place or you're going to win out. That's it. That's all. No L's are taken. We ain't taking no losses. We're either learning or we're winning. That's it. That's all. And so that's what you have to do. And when it comes to what the heart wants what the heart wants. Yes, it do. But is it beneficial? Is it benefiting you? Sometimes things are not beneficial. You're not benefiting from anything. Sometimes you're just not benefiting. It's not benefiting you. It's not helping you grow. It's not helping you increase in your anything. Not your finances, not your emotions, not your happiness, not your joy, not your peace. And so if it's not benefiting you, but the heart wants it, sometimes you got to tell the heart no. I know people might say, Carol, tell the heart no. Sometimes you got to tell the heart no. Isn't that something? Yeah. Sometimes you got to tell the heart no. So is it, because here's the thing, the heart wants what the heart wants, but are you benefiting from what the heart wants? Are there benefits that come with what the heart wants? In some instances, it may be. It may be just for that season too. And when that season is over, guess what? Guess what? We got to tell the heart bye-bye. Got to tell it, hey, can't have that no more. That season is over with. Nothing from nothing leaves you nothing. Yes, nothing from nothing leaves you with nothing. It does. 0 minus 0 equals 0. So you got to remember when you're thinking about what the heart wants what the heart wants. You have to remember, hey, guess what? Yeah, the heart wants that, but it's not benefiting me anything. Sister Borders just said, nothing from nothing leaves you with nothing. We have to accept what's directly in our faces. We have to. We have to accept what's directly in our faces. And I tell people this a lot of times, the common denominator in a lot of things is what if. The common denominator in a lot of situations is what if. And people don't count it. People don't count the what if. A lot of times people don't even look at what if. I hear people say a lot of times too this, oh, I don't have a plan B, it's just plan A. Well, and that's okay. I'm not knocking anybody. But I think that plan B's work because sometimes plan A just ain't where it's at. And sometimes plan A is just for that moment or that season. So we have to plan for the next time. We have to plan for the next time. So yeah, the heart may want what the heart wants. But sometimes, just sometimes, we have to tell the heart no. And when it comes to regret, we cannot live in regret. We cannot live in it. We can't live in the woulda, shoulda, woulda, couldas. We have to know where we are now, where we were before, and then focus on where we're going. We have to do that because regret will lock you off in a space. It'll lock you off in what I call a makeshift world, a world that's not real. Because you're living in, if I could have did this, what if I would have made this move? You couldn't. When you make moves, you got to make them. Know that there's going to be consequences for them. Accept those consequences for them and keep it moving. And keep it moving. What's gone is no more. Yep, what's gone is no more. Okay, so we have to know that. She just said, what's gone is no more. So when it comes to, we talk about two things today. We're talking about the heart wants what the heart wants, and we've decided, at least I've decided. You decide for yourself. Sometimes we got to tell the heart no. And then we're talking about regrets, and we're talking about shoulda, woulda, couldas, and we're talking about what ifs. Are you saying we can't go back and fix our regrets? I don't think you can go back and fix your regrets. No. No, you cannot go back and fix your regrets. Because here's the thing. You can choose, I'm going to use an example. And chime in if anybody wants to chime in. I seen somebody on Facebook. Good morning to you too. Hello. Thank you for joining. I don't know who you are, but thank you for joining. Here's the thing. You can regret something, Brother T, and you want to go back and fix it. Everything that you try to go back and fix is not fixable. Sometimes if the situation, maybe it's with a person or a co-worker, or let's just say whatever it might be, financial, something, institution, whatever the regret you are having, a lot of times it's not fixable. And here's why it's not fixable. One thing is, I know right now there's some regrets I might have, but guess what? If a person cuts you off and ain't talking to you, how you gonna fix? What you gonna do? You can't call a person. They didn't block you on everything. You blocked on everything, social media, telephone, everything. So how you gonna? Let's just take that for example. How you gonna fix it? If you want to say sorry to somebody, if you want to go back and try to, fix some stuff with that person, and you regret what happened. You regret what happened. How do you then go about to go fix it? If a person don't communicate with you, blocked you on all social media sites, blocked you on a telephone, just literally, and I hate to put it this way, has literally unalived themselves have really, literally, really, literally, like unalive themselves. Like you don't even know whether they living for real or not. Like they literally just. So what do? All you can do is say to yourself, because if a person does that, what are you gonna do? It ain't like what you gonna do? Go to the person's door? They'll literally have you arrested for harassment or stalking. You don't even probably know what door to go to. So you might have a lot of regrets with this person or the situation or whatever. So my thing is, nope, you can't go back and fix no regret. You regret that it happened. All you can do is say you have to wait for that person to come back to you. Yeah, you got to wait for that person to come back to you. But if that person don't ever come back, what you going to do? You just going to live with the regret? You going to just live with the regret? Pondering every day? Stressing yourself out? Having, what are you going to do? That's stress. So you can't live thinking about, hey, can I fix this regret? I regret it happened. I want to fix it. No, you can't. If the person don't ever come back to you, what are you going to do? God forbid. What if one of us don't make it back? What are you going to do? What if that happens? What if, God forbid, what if you want to fix something and somebody goes away? What you going to do? So I don't think that you can fix regrets. No. Regrets can't be fixed. But what you can do is you can ask for peace. You can ask for peace and you can learn to move past that and just make every situation after that better. If that pastor never comes back, you have to go to God. Yeah, you can go to God. You can go to God. You surely can. You can go to God. But that doesn't still take away from the fact that you have your regrets. But God can remove those from you. He surely can. You talk to him about it. But I don't think you can fix regrets. And I don't think people should live in it. You can't live in no you gotta move on. Sister Border says you have to live in the now. You have to in your heart forgive and be forgiven. Will you allow it to be a lesson or a load? Yeah. So would it be a lesson or a load? Are you gonna carry it? I talked about that a couple days ago. That song Erykah Badu got, Bag Lady, you gonna hurt your back. Yeah, this is just bag lady, but bag men too. Look here. Like she just said, is it gonna be a load for you? You sitting around carrying all this stuff. You got all this stuff you carrying. You just got all this stuff. Why? Why you got all this stuff? No need to carry all that. Lay it down. You can't even you can't even walk with all that stuff. Could you imagine your heart being heavy with all this regrets and what if? That's just not good. Not at all. I don't think regrets are supposed to be fixed. I don't even think they are supposed to be regrets. Lesson learned, pray over, and move on. Sister Pooh says, I don't think regrets are supposed to be fixed. I don't even think they are supposed to be regrets. They're lesson learned, pray over, and move on. Yep, that's it. Because I don't think you can. My opinion was you can't fix them. You can't fix no regrets. You can't. You just can't. And like you said, Brother T, you got to go to God, lay it there, lesson learned, and then you go on to the next step. I believe we all have assignments. We all have an assignment. And when you have an assignment is something that you work on, right? You work on it and you get it all together and then you hand it in. The Bible says, lay aside every weight that so easily beset us. Yes, that's true, Sister Borders. And with these assignments, sometimes your assignment is only last so long. And then sometimes we take on assignments that weren't even given to us. We be taking extra credit and we need extra credit wasn't even offered to us. We just taking it. We just taking extra credit. And sometimes that can be what we say a lesson or a load. A load. We take extra credit and it wasn't even offered. We don't have to, we don't need, we didn't offer the extra credit. Didn't nobody give it to us. We just taking it on. And so some assignments are just not for you. Some assignments are just a season. But one thing I'm going to tell you about regret is this. The one thing is you cannot fix it. You cannot fix regret. All you can do is what everybody has been chiming in and saying is saying, hey, forgive yourself, forgive that person, and move on. If that person or if that situation works itself out, great, grand, you still can't fix what had happened or what was said. Because here's the thing about people and us as humans, we have feelings. And some things people say to us hurt our feelings. You know that old age, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. That don't, she said, right, sit down somewhere. Right, sit down. We out here getting extra credit. Right, Sister Pooh. But that's not true. Words do hurt. Words hurt. And so words could have been said, you might regret. Things could have been done that you might regret. But again, it's a lesson learned. You pray about it and you move on. And here's what you do with regrets in situations and circumstances. If you are presented in that same situation again, here's a lesson. Here's a lesson. You don't respond the same way. You don't respond the same way. You change it up. You change it up. And that's how you know a lesson has been learned. And that's how you know you win in a situation. You don't respond the same way. If I hurt your feelings last year or a year ago because I said some ugly stuff to you, and this year, whether you are presented to me or whether something else is presented to me, and my response is, let me just love on this person and pray, that means I have learned my lesson. That means I have learned to respond in a different manner, not to lash, not to say things that are just not very nice, not to do things that are just not very nice. Right? Even when it comes to your young adult children, when it comes to family, when it comes to friends, when it comes to coworkers, just learning to respond differently. And then guess what? Then you won't be in that regret boat. You might still have some memories of it, but you won't be there. Respond it differently. Not extra credit, right? Sit down somewhere. Keep on moving. Yep, keep on moving. Okay? Don't stop. Like the hands of time. Time don't stop. Time moves. It don't stop for no one. So you don't stop for no one. There's going to always probably be a regret that you're going to have in life with someone or something. And it's okay. It's okay. Pray about it. You become okay with it and move on. A lot of times people be all right with it. They living their best life. Let them live it. And you live what you going to live and do what you going to do. And some things just have to be left where they are. They just have to be left where they are. So remember, regrets cannot be fixed. We're going to pray over those things and leave them where they are. All right? Because God is working. All right? And then remember, the heart wants what the heart wants. But sometimes we have to tell the heart no. We have to tell it no. All right? Yesterday's affirmation is, and I wanted to read it today. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. And today's affirmation is, our greatest weakness lies in giving up. That's our greatest weakness. Lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Always try one more time. Always try one more time. And I remember I had a teacher at Alverno College, and she always used to say to me, matter of fact, she was my counselor, I believe, or advisor, and she would say, nothing beats a failure but to try. All right? One more time. Thank you. Thank you. So I thank you all for joining me today on this beautiful Monday, Mindset Mondays with coffee and conversation with Carol. My coffee was good. Want you guys to have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. I smell something burning. I don't think nothing on fire, but I do know I didn't have any heat this weekend. So I think they're here fixing it, and I think it's on. I think it's on. So I want you guys to have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Monday. Join me tomorrow, 8:30, if you can. And we'll see what we're talking about tomorrow. We'll see what thought-provoking questions we got to engage in tomorrow. Remember, no regrets. And the heart wants what the heart wants, but we got to tell the heart no sometimes. I want you guys to continue to live, love, never ever stop laughing. Always find room to forgive and to be forgiven because ain't none of us perfect. And remember, one love, one love, one love. I love you guys. Have a great, great day. Oh, happy birthday to any Scorpios out there today. Any Scorpio birthday out there today. Happy birthday.